Hey guys, today I'm Marine here with the long-awaited 0321 MOS Profile Reconnaissance Man. This is a job a lot of you are interested in. It's very, very difficult to get, and there are very, very few people that can accomplish this and actually end up doing this job because it is that tough. I'm going to read this just straight up from the site that I found. So let's just fucking do it, huh? Let's just do it. Reconnaissance Man is responsible for providing the amphibious, long-range, small-unit ground reconnaissance and raid skills to support the MAGTF. He is a nucleus of the reconnaissance team in a reconnaissance battalion or reconnaissance or assault team in the Marine Special Operations Company. In addition to basic infantry skills, he's also highly refined scout. He is responsible for highly refined scouting and patrolling skills. He must possess advanced proficiency in scout swimming, small boat operations, close combat skills, airborne, surface and subsurface, basically be able to go underwater, insertion and extraction techniques, assault climbing, demolitions, forward observer procedures for supporting arms, i.e. being able to call in artillery and airstrikes, initial terminal guidance operations for heliborne assaults, and airborne insertion operations. And various waterborne operations. He specializes in communications, photography, threat weapons, and equipment recognition, and various types of point, area, and related necessarily overlap of ground amphibious reconnaissance operations. Marines assigned to assault teams possess advanced skills in assault weaponry, breaching and demolitions, close quarter battle skills, and raid techniques. Selected recon men are further trained as static line and free fall parachutists and combatant divers. Non-commissioned officers are assigned as reconnaissance and assault team leaders, or their assistants, and may be qualified as static line or free-fall jump masters, dive supervisors, helicopter insertion and extraction masters, and tandem offset resupply delivery system operators. Basically being able to deliver shit by parachute. Know how to do that. It says here you need a GT score of 105. You must be a first-class swimmer. You must be able to have a first-class PFT. All Marines, to include non-infantry desiring lateral move, must successfully complete the Marine Rifleman course of instruction prior to attending the Basics Reconnaissance course. Assigned as a primary MOS to Master Gunnery Sergeant and below. Yeah, and it lets you can lateral move into it. It says here you got to be a U.S. citizen, got to be able to qualify for a secret security clearance. You must be medically qualified to perform jump and combatant dive qualifications. Basically, they'll check you out, make sure that you're physically fit enough to be able to jump from the heights that these guys jump from, as well as being able to dive. A lot of people just can't deal with the pressure being underwater. Like their bodies just can't deal with it, for whatever reason. So they'll check you out, make sure that you can qualify for that sort of stuff. But this job is very, very difficult. There's no doubt about it. I know it's something that a lot of you are interested in, but you need to understand that very, very, very few guys end up doing this. You have to be, I guarantee, more physically fit than you are now. Even if you're in great shape, you need to be in better shape, as well as being able to perform all this stuff and do all this stuff. These guys are fucking some of the toughest Marines out there, so you need to be aware that while you can certainly try for this MOS, it is not something you should expect, because it really is that hard, and very, very few guys are able to get through it. But if this is something that interests you, by all means, I'll talk to the recruiter and say, hey, I'm interested in going recon. It's something that I would like to pursue. I'm interested in trying to do, and what would help me the most in being able to do that, and then they'll be able to kind of set you up along those lines of kind of what would be best. Generally, be an infantry first, because you would have a lot of those skills already, and the infantry guys tend to be in better shape than other MOSs. Not always, certainly, but they do they hump all the time, and they just tend to run a lot. So something to consider is trying to go infantry, and infantry is tough to get in right now in the Marine Corps, just because they're cutting back. They don't need nearly as many people as when I joined, and a lot of the guys that are wanting to join want to do infantry. which makes sense. So it's tough, but if you really want it and you really, really work your ass off, harder than you've ever worked in your entire life, then you can do it. It's not impossible. So, yeah. All right, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, comments, hit me up, and I will see you in the next one. Semper Fi.